This one. You a little warm, buddy?
I'm a little warm.
State your name and occupation.
My name's Ben Hodges. I'm a police officer.
Where?
Here in town, Silverton.
Let's go. Okay, this guy's protecting us from all the villains out on the streets. He's basically Batman here in town. What would you like to do for your haircut today?
Do a mid-skin fade and then trim it up top.
Okay, for the top, how much of this length are we gonna cut off?
Just enough to comb over.
Dude, we should just go straight up for like a flat top.
What kind of product do you have to put in there?
Are we gonna do a hard part today or no?
No hard part.
I'm gonna take my time here and make sure it's good because I'm on everyone's good side at the PD right now, so
All right.
I don't want to ruin any of that.
How many of us you got?
At least two.
Yeah. It's scary going to a different barber. That's why I don't go anywhere else.
Yeah, because you know if you go to anybody else, then I'll be pulling you over, sir.
Yeah.
So what's the best part of your job?
Definitely like helping people. I know you don't probably think of that when you think of police officers, but you know, I get to help a lot of people in my job. You know, more than I'd make arrests or give tickets or anything like that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad cops out there, but this guy's not one of them.
You heard it here first.
What's the scariest thing you've encountered in your line of work?
Well, I mean, there's been certain situations where it's like, I didn't know at the time, or somebody had like a weapon or something like that, and I find out later. I think that's more scary than me like going into something, like knowing.
Is that kind of something you just have to be aware of all the time, though? Like anybody it could be Granny, but she could be packing a 9, you know?
Yeah, you definitely get a feel for it in some situations, but it's definitely good not to be complacent, you know?
Right.
That's where you get hurt, and that's where you know, you get surprised by things like that.
You think I could be a police officer?
Yeah, dude. You talk to people. That's like the number one thing they want in an officer is like be able to talk to people, you know?
I know you were a little quieter the first time I met you.
Yeah.
Was it kind of hard at first to be a good communicator?
Yeah. I mean, it's different because like when you're first starting, everything's new and that's just one stressor on top of everything else when you're like doing the initial training and everything. But no, you get used to it, and I came from a background of like customer service stuff, so I could definitely at work put on the, you know, customer service mask per se, you know.
I have a total different voice when I'm at
your
work.
Customer service voice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you're at work, you kind of become this more proper, polite person, I guess.
Yeah, I'd say so. It's, I mean, like I'm not really changing who I am, just maybe like depending on the person I'm approaching, I might tailor how I act towards that person. Like I'm not gonna talk to grandma the same way that I talk to some guy who's like
some bozo.
Yeah, like or like a criminal or something like that.
Right. But what actually made you jump and say, I'm gonna be a police officer? Like why is it such a good gig to you, and what do you value about it?
For me specifically, I mean, I like, you know, I already said that I like to help people. That's one big thing. You know, you get to solve problems all day long, and you know, it's kind of who I am. I'm a problem solver. You know, every day is different. You're not going to go in thinking exactly the same thing is going to happen. It's not an office job. You know, I get to be outside and not be stuck in a cubicle for, you know, 30 years or whatever.
Yeah. You still got to do paperwork though, right?
Yeah, quite a bit. But you definitely get that freedom to where like, yeah, I've got that report due, but I could just go out in my car and type the report versus being inside, or, you know, if I want to be inside, I can do that, you know. And it's hard to give people advice as far as like if they are on the fence, because for me, like, I knew what I wanted to do from pretty early on, and I just stuck with it. I mean, It's just determination to do what I wanted to do. I think a lot of people just don't know what they want to do, and that's fine. But for me, I was really motivated to get through all the training, and when I was applying for places, I applied for several different places, didn't get it, but I didn't really lose my motivation.
Yeah, your motivation.
And finally was able to get hired here in Silverton.
Would you recommend applying at different stations, different departments, just because you're not always guaranteed your first one, right?
Yeah. I mean, some people are like a one-off and they'll apply one place and get it, but that's not super common. A lot of people, apply at several different places, and finally, someplace gives them a chance to get their foot in the door, and that's the hardest part, is just getting hired to begin with.
But after that, smooth sailing, right?
Yeah, I mean, could be as long as your background is okay and you don't have anything blaring in your background that's keeping you from getting hired at those places.
Right. I mean, I'm sure that even if you made some mistakes back in the day, there's still a good chance that if you want to turn that you turned your life around, there's still a good chance that you can be in this line of work, right?
Yeah, biggest thing is just to be honest about everything, because it's the number one thing that's going to keep you from getting hired, or if you do get hired, you'll get fired really quickly for being dishonest. There's an ethics board that if you get caught lying on the job, they can revoke your certification, so you can never be in law enforcement. So simple mistakes and stuff like that, it's best to own up to it.
Right. Besides all the stuff we talked about, we know you love your job.
Yeah.
But is there something else out there that you would rather be doing? Like besides being just a police officer?
Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to be a pilot, but currently, like with my life and everything, it wouldn't be feasible to go through the schooling and do the flight hours and stuff like that. But it was a toss-up when I was like kind of trying to choose my career path as far as what I wanted to do. But then I ended up landing on being in law enforcement, which I'm happy with. But that'd be a close second, I think.
Was there anywhere else that you applied to before Silverton?
Yeah, several different places. And, part of the reason I think why I didn't get hired there, I was just so young. I was not even 21 yet at some of the places that I applied, and then shortly after turning 21, I applied to some more places, but I just didn't have that life experience that agencies were looking for. So even though by age I could be hired, they just didn't want to take a risk on someone so young.
It's just like any other job, right? You want to hire somebody with experience, or some other places, kind of like the barber shops. Right now, I have a guy in training, and as long as he's showing up and putting in the work to get better or to do better, he's welcome here. I welcome any new person that's ready and willing to work.
Yeah.
The other places I know of don't hire new people just because their skill set's not there and they don't know every single thing about the craft already.
It's harder to get somebody up and running that's brand new versus somebody who's already been in it.
Especially when the shop has very high expectations, or it's kind of like your department has very high expectations of the police officers that are going to be there. But if you're a rookie, you won't have anything to show for.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to get that experience when nobody will hire you. And
exactly.
So you could get that experience. It's kind of a catch-22, but eventually someplace will hire you if you are a good candidate. I think I've only heard of one person that I know of personally that applied one place and ended up getting hired there.
You were off of work for a little bit because you had a child.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Baby leave, thank you.
But since you've been back, has anything crazy or funny happened?
I don't know if I can tell that story, to be honest, but Yeah, I mean, there hasn't been a ton happening. I've been on day shift. But yeah, I mean, two, I've had to fight like 2 or 3 people within a couple weeks span, which is kind of abnormal, you know. Um, but other than that, yeah, it's been pretty tame for the last couple months.
Silverton here is pretty chill for the most part, but just like any other place, stuff goes on at night. And stuff goes on
Yeah.
in the places that we don't always see during the day, you know?
There's a reason why we stay employed. A lot of the stuff that we deal with kind of blows in from the bigger cities, and they come through to Silverton thinking they're going to get away from whatever it is, but you know, that's not the case. Like a lot of pursuits end up in Silverton from Salem area or Woodburn, from like Marion County chasing them or whatever it is.
You get a little bit of excitement, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely help our neighbor agencies a lot. I should have shaved. I didn't know I was going to be on national television.
Dude, I just got scammed last year. Did I tell you?
Did you tell? No, remind me.
So here's the thing. We go up to Hood River a lot.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend's aunt lived across the river in Washington, in White Salmon.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to cross the toll bridge, you know? So there's days where the people aren't in the cubicle to charge you or whatever they call it, the little room. So they send you a letter they send you a letter in the mail usually. I don't think I've ever gotten an email.
A toll or something.
Yeah. So I get a text message that says you need to pay this toll or whatever, and I'm thinking, well, yeah, we did just come back, so I put in all my card info and everything.
Oh no.
And they hacked into my bank account.
No.
And they tried to take every single dollar I had. They transferred all of my money into my business account. And then they tried to run one big transaction. And the real bank ended up catching it.
Well, that's good.
And I didn't lose any money, but my account was frozen for like a week because they had to do an investigation. And I had to talk to the fraud department for like 3 hours, dude. I was talking to the fraud department.
That's crazy. That's best case scenario for those things. You know, I've seen them. Like I've taken a lot of cases where it's like generally older folks and they get tricked, and they basically take their whole life savings and you know, retirement, everything, like hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's so crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah.
You've seen that happen?
Yeah, it just goes to show that anybody can fall for it. Like,
yeah.
You know, I've had a lot of experience with people trying to scam me, but you know, some folks, they don't know any better, or like in your case, the scenario is, you know, seems legitimate. You know, would you have to get like a new Apple ID or something, or
no?
like
But
new phone number.
I did have to change all my passwords to something a little harder.
Yeah.
On all my social medias and
Not
stuff.
exactly the same one with slight variations.
Exactly. So yeah, I recommend don't do all your passwords the same because they'll catch you.
Yeah. I was doing a lot of research before I went, and apparently they will track you down even from like a rental car. And,
I'm sure like a legitimate business will.
Yeah, legitimate business will, and then they'll bill you or whatever. But it's usually more official, and it's through like the rental company who's billing you.
Dude, all right, be honest. How many Kansas Zims do you go through on a shift?
Less than one.
Less than one?
Yeah, but I try to keep it on the DL.
Dude, I've quit.
Really?
Yeah. I've quit, and I don't have any desire to buy any.
That's good.
I have quit before. And then, you know, I'll go a year or so, but I'm craving it the entire time.
Yeah.
But this time around, it just doesn't interest me anymore. Like, I just don't have a desire to even put one in.
Yeah,
I quit doing it on the daily But I bet you if I was drunk or something, I'd probably do it.
Yeah.
You know, my girl went to the doctor and she asked if she smoked, and she's like, "Do drunk cigarettes count?" And the doctor said no. So, yeah.
So you're clear. You're good.
Yep, I'm in the clear. Drunk Zins don't count. Dude, you're starting to look like a real cop now.
Now I might give you a ticket. Yeah, I always like let it get way too long, and then I'm like, all right, I need a haircut, and then I'm like, oh crap, it's too popular. I can't get a appointment the next day or whatever. So it ends up being like a week or two after I'm telling myself I need one.
Yeah.
I just gotta plan better, I think.
I think, you know what, it's a guy thing.
Yeah.
Guys don't like to plan stuff.
No. Tell me the day before, or
Yeah.
the day of.
Exactly. So I need to know exactly how my week's gonna go.
You got a lot going on. TikTok business, you got this thing going.
TikTok business. All right, dude. Do we think that's a good length for the top?
Yeah,
Put it on the sides here.
yeah, it looks good.
Do you feel like a cop?
Feel like a cop.
You ready to pull people over?
Tomorrow.
Ready to tase somebody?
No, not again.
All right, guys. So follow the rules. Drive safe. Drink your milk. Don't run with scissors. Anything else from you?
That's it. Follow the laws.
Follow the laws.